First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Ooh. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Fuck on your bra, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
What's up, you guys? So I am coming at you guys with my updated brow tutorial. So this video is for my ladies that just seem to struggle with their brows. And also for my mother who just keep bugging me about a brow tutorial. This is for you. The first thing I'm going to tell you guys is practice, 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 practice truly do makes perfect. Also, the products you use makes a difference. And like I said, it takes time to build up technique. So don't get frustrated on the first, 5th, and even 10th try. Because I myself is still learning different techniques and tricks to this day. So don't be so tough on yourself. And patience is key. You can't go into doing your brows rushing. Take your time and realize what you're doing. So, let's get into the products you're gonna need. So, I use these 3 mirrors in the process of doing my brows. Yes, 3. It's necessary for me. I am a perfectionist, and I'm the type of person that be needing to see my eyes and my brows from different types of angles. So the first mirror you're going to need is going to be a rectangular mirror. If you got a palette that's rectangular, that would be perfect. The dollar store have those rectangular mirrors that you can hold in your hand. Because I do makeup, I just use a palette that I already have. Secondly, a mirror that's on the stand. You want a cheap mirror that's on the stand so you can look directly into the mirror or down at your brows from a different angle. Or up at your brows from a different angle. My bad. And the bathroom mirror so you can see the far away view. Now let's get into the makeup products. In my opinion, I think it's best for beginners to start off with a pencil. The pencil just takes away so much hassle. And you're literally just drawing your brows on. These 2 I have here is cheap. This one is the e.l.f. dark brown. And this one is the Milani. They're both drugstore. Or if you want to spend that coin to get Anastasia, do that. You're going to need your foundation and a concealer. The concealer, you're going to want 2 shades lighter than your actual skin tone. I go a little lighter because I like the highlighted look, but 2 shades lighter if you want the natural look. Some cheap ones are the LA Pro concealer and one of my favorites, the Maybelline Master Conceal concealer. You're going to want an e.l.f. setting spray, any brow gel. The one I currently use is NYX. And a flat brush. e.l.f. has also the brushes you use is going to make a difference. You're going to want a flat concealer brush. No, the brand does not matter. As long as the brush is good and it gets the job done, that's all that matters. As you guys see, I use the heck out of this brush. This is the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. I need to go ahead and buy a couple more because this one has... I've had this one for a while, okay? So this is the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, okay? This one is a paintbrush, an actual paintbrush that I picked up from Michael's because I figured it's super flat and it'll get that brow crisp. And this one is a MAC brush that, I think it's a concealer brush. It's the MAC 429. So yeah, those are the brushes you're going to need. Like, if you don't want to spend an arm and a leg, go ahead and get the e.l.f. So, the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush is $1. It's perfect for cleaning that brow up with the concealer. Next, you're going to want a cheap setting spray. Or, if you got the coin, any setting spray. But for the beginners, I recommend this e.l.f. It's $3. Save your coin and still get your brows on fleek. You're also going to want your foundation. Depending on the person, you could either clean up the top of your brow with a concealer or a foundation. It's up to you. But what I do is I clean up my brow with the concealer first and then go over it with the foundation. Okay? A cheap one, yet again, Fit Me Foundation from Maybelline. So a quick layout of everything you're gonna need. Okay, let's get to the brows. So y'all all up in my grip. But first, you're gonna comb out the front part of your brow so you can see the full shape of your brow. Comb out the front part of your brow, and the end of your brow you're gonna comb out so you can see the full shape of your brow. Okay, combing it out helps you see the shape of your brow. Again, comb out the front and lay out the back. See, I struggle a little bit with my right one because, as you can see, it's not as much hair on this one as it is this one, but we're gonna work it out. So I'm not using the pencil, I'm using the pomade because this is my updated brow tutorial. But it's the same concept. With the pencil, like I'm doing with the brush, you're gonna trace the top and bottom of your brow. So you're gonna trace the bottom part of your brow, okay? I already got product on my brush. And you're gonna take your time and trace that arch, just like so. You're gonna do the same with the top. Except with the top, you're not gonna go all the way to the front of your brow. Like that. I don't start at the peak of my brow. I start right after it. So like I did with the brush, you're just gonna trace the top, trace the bottom, okay? Then you're gonna go in and fill in the tail end of your brow. You're gonna go in the same direction that your brow hairs is going. My biggest tip is don't put something there that's not there. Or don't put something there that's not meant to be there. So you wanna lightly fill them in. With your spoolie, you're gonna lightly brush the product through your brow hairs. I've added more product because I like a real defined brow. See, this is why you don't want to take the product too far to the beginning of your brow, because you want that nice fade. I kind of took that product a little too far over. So the front of my brow is a little darker than I typically like. But that's okay. You're going to use that spoolie to fade it out. Like if it's ever too darker than what you wanted, use that spoolie to fade it out. Okay? Now let's move on to the cleaning up process. Now you're going to take your concealer after you've filled it in and got it all bushy. You're gonna take your concealer to clean it up. If you purchase the LA Pro concealer, you can just take the applicator that comes with it and just chase along the brow. But if you go the concealer way and the e.l.f. brush way, just put some concealer on the surface. This is one of my makeup brush tops. And you're gonna take your e.l.f. brush and your e.l.f. spray and spray the bristles. After you've sprayed the bristles, you're gonna pinch the brush and get it nice and flat like that. Okay? Put a nice amount of concealer on the front and back. So you got your brush coated with the concealer on the front and back of the brush. The cleaning up process is the most important process. Take your time. So you're gonna take your eyeshadow brush, start at the front of your brow, and lightly trace along your brow shape. Y'all see how I just moved that up so to see it? What tends to help me is I do a lot of pausing in between the cleaning up part. So I'll clean up where I want to clean up, then I'll stop, pause, look at it, see if it's the way I want it to be. If it's not, Now go in and reinforce and clean up some more. So that's just what we have thus far. Another tip is don't be afraid to use your product. The first go around, I didn't have enough product coated on my brush. So you want your brush to be coated with concealer when you're cleaning it up, so you can get it precise, sharp, and okay. After you've cleaned up the bottom of your brow and taking your time cleaning up the bottom of your brow, you're gonna go ahead and move to the top of your brow. Okay? So I've already redone my concealer brush. Zoom y'all in a little bit. First, I'm gonna start at the arch. Take your time and trace the arch. Pause and look at your work. If you need to pause and look at your status, do that. Just take your time. Okay, so we back. I had to turn you guys on the side because my thing was dying and I really want to get this done for you guys. So yeah, there was something else that I wanted to mention that I forgot to mention. When you're cleaning up the top of your brow, if you don't want a super bold defined brow, if you want more of a natural brow, this is the point in time where you'll go ahead and grab your foundation. You would clean up the top of your brow with your foundation. That's if you want a natural brow, sis. But me, we bold around here. Oh, be bold, okay? And you repeat the same thing on the other brow, alright? Sometimes you do have to go over like a part of your brow multiple times with concealer. So our patience is key. After you've cleaned up your brows and you're satisfied with how you cleaned them up, you guys, I do not normally do my brows this thick, but I like them. I like them. I may just start doing my brows this thick. So if you don't want like a halo around your brow, this is why. If you don't want a halo around your brow, this is when you clean up around. This is why, or when you clean up the top of your brow with your foundation. What I do is I clean it up with the concealer, get it sharp, and then I go over with my foundation. So after you've cleaned it up and got it crisp and sharp and fleeky like you want, this is when you go around and just blend out that excess concealer. Sometimes I tend to put too much concealer at the top, so I just take a little cloth that I use for makeup and wipe off the excess concealer around my brow. To get it a little more natural, I do go over, like, once I'm doing my full face and done with my eyeshadow or whatever, I go in with my foundation and clean up the top of the brow so I don't have the halo. I do the concealer first so it can be real sharp, and then the foundation on top of the concealer helps it pull it back. Okay? Alright, you guys, so these are the brows. I hope this tutorial helped you. A step you don't want to forget, because I tend to forget this step, is setting your brows with the brow gel. The one I'm currently loving and using is the NYX Control Freak Brow Gel. Setting your brow with the brow gel is very important because it locks in your brows, so they stay put all day and they don't move. So yeah, be sure to set your brows.
First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Fuck on your bra, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.